Morning, guys. Happy Monday. Week 2 of remote learning. So this is going to be this week's schedule. Again, here's where you can find the video that I'm currently making. So if you do not want to read through everything on your own, you can listen to me tell you all about it. So this week, what we have going on is we're going to start off today with a Google Meets at 10:30. Sorry, 11:30. 11:30. The code will be Taylor CS. We will be going over what your final project looks like, which I will explain right now. So your final project can be on any topic, anything you like, except it can't be about you because we just did a web page about that. If you need help coming up with an idea, I can help you. It needs to be 3 pages minimum. You must use one of the layout templates, which I'll show you here in a second. So things that you could possibly do it about. A sport you like, a team you like, a band you like. I know a lot of you guys are into K-pop. You could do it about K-pop in general. You could do it about a game you really like. You could do it about coronavirus and what you're currently experiencing during this time. You could do it about human rights or something that you really feel strongly about. You could do it about a future business plan that you're planning on doing. You could do it about Chicago, your neighborhood. Really, it is up to you as long as it is school appropriate. If you're questioning if it's something that you can do, shoot me a quick email and I'm here to help. So 3 pages minimum. You are going to do a storyboard for this, which I'll explain here in a second. You must use one of the layout templates. Again, I'll show you that. All pages should have a consistent layout, which means that you're not going from one page that has like only one column or main content to a page that has 3 columns to a page that has 2 columns. You have a top navigation bar versus a side navigation bar, that it's consistent. Because with this one specifically, I'm going to be looking at layouts, which is going to be something a little bit new this week. So when I go back to the calendar, I'll explain how that's kind of scaffolded. It must have a list somewhere on the 3 pages. Doesn't really matter where, just somewhere. You need to have 3 formatted text. So that means somewhere within your 3 pages, you've bolded something, you've emphasized it, you've underlined it, you have it formatted in some way. Remember that it does not make sense to use bold or strong on a heading because those headings are already bolded. So please make sure that you are doing it on something that will stand out in some way. You have a consistent and professional color scheme, which means that you must use multiple colors. So you can't just use black and white. There needs to be a 3rd or 4th color somewhere, but you need to make sure that it looks professional. So this means that you don't have a bright blue background and then you're using red text. That doesn't work because that makes it very hard for the reader, or it's very hard on the reader's eyes. So again, consistent professional color scheme. So those templates I talked about. I'm gonna come back over here. So what's new this week is we are going to use templates, or I'm sorry, we're going to use a layout. And what a layout is it divides your website into different sections. So looking here is an example of a simple layout. You have a header section, your navigation bar, main content, and a footer. If you do the simple layout, you must do the footer because what I am looking for is, do you know how div classes work? Are they divided up? And I'm going to do smaller videos on all of these different sections or all these different layouts. But what I need for you right now is just a storyboard, and then I will post those tutorials probably either tomorrow or Wednesday. Definitely tomorrow because that's when I want you to start kind of coding. Here's another one. This one is also kind of simple, but instead of having the navigation bar across the top like it is usually here, it's down the side. So this is called a side navigation bar, and then you have a main content area that pushes everything over the width of the side nav, so that way it's not underneath there. The next one is 2 even columns. So if you wanted to, again, splitting it up, this is fantastic if you are doing like a pros and cons or if you're comparing something. So in the past, I did have a student that did a comparison of hamburgers and hot dogs. So his was set up in a 2-column page on all 3 of his pages because, again, he was comparing 2 different things. This will have that top navigation bar. So really, the header is new, but it's new and it's not. So we did an impromptu header on the last one, which we just did H1s. This will divide it up a little bit more. And again, I'll like kind of explain what that looks like in another video. The next one is 2 uneven columns. So this is where you have column 1, which is about 25% to 30%, and you can change the percentages as you'd like to a slightly bigger column on the right. And you can also change the widths of these columns. So maybe you want the one on the left to be bigger and the one on the right to be smaller. That's okay. And again, I'll show you specifically what those codes look like in the videos. And then the next one is 3 even columns. So columns 1, 2, and 3. Depending on what you're doing, this might work. I've had different people do this for different reasons. I had a girl that did it was about countries. I think it was like the countries she had visited. So again, kind of about her, but it was countries in South America. So she did multiple pages about the different countries, and then each country had a column. So again, it's up to you how you want to do it. The last one is 3 uneven columns. So this is where you have the column in the middle is bigger, and then the columns on the left and the right are the same like sizes. So this is really good if you're wanting to bring attention and then have like side articles or side pieces of information. So again, you can pick whichever one you want. There's no right or wrong one. I do probably suggest though that if you know that you are someone that struggles with the coding and like you got it, but like you don't quite have it, this very first one is probably the better one for you. Just because it's simpler. If you want to challenge yourself with the different columns, challenge yourself. Like I said, I'm going to be posting more videos about each one specifically. So like if you're going to do the 2 even columns, watch the video for the 2 even columns. You don't need to watch the other ones. So going back to this. So today you are doing your storyboards. Use one of those templates as an example for what you want to draw out. So minimum of 3 pages, consistent layout. I've already went over this. You must use one of the layouts given. Make sure for the storyboard, it's an overview of the topics. You do not need to write it out word for word, which means that you don't have to tell me everything that's in that paragraph. Give that paragraph a title that I can tell like, oh, this paragraph is about Venezuela. Your colors are selected, your pictures are labeled. So the only thing that's new is that you need to label your storyboard with your tags. So this means like in your header, you're telling me that this is like the header section, this is an H1. You don't have to label your links, but then you're telling me like, oh, when you get into your more specific, when you get into the main content, you're telling me like, this is column 1, this is column 2, this is a heading 2, this is a paragraph, you're labeling it a little bit more. So that way it's easier for you to go and code. So these can be hand drawn, or you can do them on Google Drawings, Google Slides, any really online editor that you can use to kind of put pictures in there and to draw it out. So again, 3 pages about anything you want. I do suggest that if you have paper at home, just draw it out. Remember, it does not need to be a work of art. This is an outline or like a picture about what you want the webpage to look like. It doesn't have to be perfect. And to be honest, it's probably not going to be what your website ends up 100% looking like. It's a working document, which means it will change. So today and tomorrow, you are doing your storyboard. It will be due tomorrow just because I want to take a chance to be able to look at them. Tomorrow or Wednesday, you are starting on your home page. There's going to be more specific information given to you guys about that. So on your home page, what I'm looking for when I go to take a look or grade it on Friday is to see that do you have a working layout? So please do not start on pages like 2 or 3 until I checked page 1 and made sure that it works. Just because it's easier to go back and fix code on 1 page than trying to fix it on 3 pages. So that also means that for that home page, you're also doing that CSS page. And again, there's going to be more specific information for this when you watch the video specific to the templates. On Thursday, there's no lesson, but you can use this time to work on your other work. We are going to have a virtual report card pickup. I'm not 100% sure what this looks like yet. I should be finding out more information today, hopefully. Or sorry, not today, but tomorrow in an all-staff meeting. And then Friday, you're going to have your weekly reflection. Look on Tuesday and Wednesday. You'll see that I have where it says About Me website revisions. I did have 27 of you turn in your websites, so I will be returning that with feedback, whatever grade you got. Remember that you can improve it. We're not allowed to put in any grades that hurt your grade for the work that you had turned in until March 16th. So that means, say, if you got like a 27 out of 40, I'm going to turn it back to you and have you fix it and then fix it and then fix it until it gets to a grade that it will either not hurt, but it will help your grade and improve it. So that About Me website revisions, that's also something that you can be doing. And then, so today, if you do not have a computer, today is the last day that I think that we can get you one. So please make sure that if you do not have a computer, you're letting me know today. So Monday. Went over your storyboard, went over the final project. Same standards as last week, same standards that we're going to use until we end this website unit, which I'm hoping will end like May 4th or 5th, I think is when I'm planning on having you guys test. So design, develop, and publish and present products using technology resources that demonstrate and communicate curriculum concepts. Create and organize web pages through the use of a variety of web programming design tools. All right, here are the links that can help you again. So the cheat sheets, the video tutorials that I've made. My office hours this week are Monday, Tuesday, and Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Notice that I do not have Thursday up there because, again, I should be meeting and talking with your parents on Thursday. Wednesday, I'm available from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can email or send a message on Google Chats. Remember that I prefer Google Chats. If you do it in the room, it's public to everyone. If you send me a message, it's just to me. So one of the things that I saw as the common question or struggle is that you're having a hard time knowing when things are due in specific classes. So if your teachers are using Google Classroom, which I hope that they are, if you go to Google Calendar, each classroom has a calendar set up with it. Unless your teacher has deleted it, you should be able to see up at the very top when things are due. So for instance, I can see here that like I had my About Me website due. I had Good Things Coming Through, which is for another class due. Code debugging was due on Thursdays. Again, these are for different classes, but I can see when things are due up at the very top. Another way that you are able to do that is that if you go to your opening Google Classroom, just clicking on classes, it tells you here. So it would say like due today or due Thursday or due Friday. Whenever a teacher has something due, you should be able to go and look at the overview of that class and see it here. I don't know. That's about it. Or again, sorry, you can also see it over here where I'll say like upcoming and I'll have things due for that class. So take a look at calendar or take a look at your classes page on Google Classroom and it will tell you when things are due. One last thing. I always say one last thing, but one more thing real quick. So I've been getting a lot of emails from you guys. Thank you so much for reaching out when you need help. I have one request. please, when you are sending me an email for help, you're telling me what you need help with in that original email. So I've gotten a lot of emails that say, "Hi, Miss Taylor, I need help." With what? So again, please, if you're emailing me, say like, "Hi, Miss Taylor, dear Miss Taylor," whatever. I'm really struggling with the navigation bar on my website. I'm wondering if you can help me. That tells me specifically what you need help with, and my response is going to be more straightforward and it's going to be able to help you. I'm going to send you the link to the YouTube video that I have those on, or I might send you an example one, or I might ask you to please share with me the link to your website. So please make sure when you're sharing that link, it's the one to invite others to edit. So that way I can go and leave comments and notes in your page, or I can be very specific and tell you step by step what you need to do. So please be very specific when you're saying you need help. If you give me a very general, like, "Hey, Miss Taylor, I need help," I'm going to ask you what for. And now we have a bunch of emails going back and forth, which I don't mind. But let's try to get to the point. So please ask me what you need help on, or explain to me what you're struggling with. As always, I hope that you are doing well, that your family's doing well. You guys are being safe, making smart choices. I hope to see you all at 11:30 for our Google Meets. And I hope to be able to speak to your parents on Thursday. I hope you have a wonderful week. Look for a few more videos tomorrow as you guys start coding your web pages. I will make tutorials for all of the different templates. All right. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and week. Bye.